the whole country has accepted poker as a game of skill.
Sure.
That time it was still seen as gambling. After all, going into a casino to play.
I was playing 100 to 100 in a matter of a month, and I was playing 500,000 in a matter of 3 months.
Wow.
I might be a threat to a professional.
Yeah.
I might be a threat to an operator. I might be a threat to a recreational as well, who has his reasoning there to be mixed between entertainment and making money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I make enough to pay 45% tax effectively on my income, which is
crores plus.
I spend pretty significant amount of money on coaching and subscriptions and my fitness. I have coaches for everything. I wouldn't go into the exact number, but it's upwards of 5 lakhs a month. Was standing with my trainer, and my trainer just suggested to a friend that anything you do in life, you should always train once for a fight. If you don't fight or not, but you should train.
Yeah.
Because you become very strong. I will be coming up with live streams dedicated towards streaming high stakes
That's
poker.
what? 500,000? 1,000, 2,000?
That's 1,000, 2,000, 2 lakh rupee buy-in games. I like Phil Galfon's content a lot. I enjoy Vedi Vinny's streams.
Yeah.
His mainly because his knowledge and his insights into the game are again something which just makes me a better player.
High stakes cash action. भाई इसे देखने में इतना मजा आता है because every pot is so huge कि आपको हमेशा लगता है कि यार ये क्या हुआ. And today I have the opportunity of doing a podcast with someone who's playing the highest of highest stakes in cash games. I have with me Nitin Jain today. Thank you so much for joining in, brother. And with him, because we said brother, we have his brother Harsh Jain, who has actually introduced him to poker. So this is going to be very interesting. So guys, thank you for joining in today. So guys, how are you all feeling?
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting us.
Absolutely. So before we start today, I want to know, Nitin, from you. I mentioned high stakes like 3-4 times. Let's set the context. What is high stakes? High stakes hota kya hai?
I'll start by talking about the Indian standards of high stakes.
Okay.
It will constitute as starting at 50,000 buy-in,
Okay.
where the blinds are 250, 500,
Sure.
and goes all the way to 2 lakh buy-in games, where the blinds are 1,000, 2,000. That is the highest stakes which are offered in India right now. Going by international standards, 1,000, 2,000 will be the top of the mid stakes, and the high stakes starts at 25, 50 US dollars, which will be equivalent to a 5 lakh rupee buy-in game with blinds being 2,000, 4,000, or a 4 lakh rupee buy-in game, blinds being 2,000, 4,000. So this is the highest we can get to play in India. Yes.
Wow. So when you're saying this, इसको high stakes बोलते हैं. ये थोड़ा मतलब absurd नहीं लगता है कि क्या numbers है ये? You know that if you're playing a game which is like most people का salaries, so isn't it crazy that absolute value में what stakes are these? Do you ever feel like that?
When I started, yes, it felt that way.
Yeah.
But now, doing this for some time, I've gotten used to it. I feel really lucky to be doing this as a profession.
So let's just start with your story. Like आप कैसे poker में आए and what happened? And I'm sure Harsh also has a big story here to add in. So if you guys can tell us about it, how did this happen?
It's really interesting. My first introduction to poker happened because of him. We were at a wedding of one of our cousins.
Okay.
And he was there, and we were all brothers together, and he says, let's play poker. And that was the first time I played Texas Hold'em. Fast forward few years, again, he's the one who takes me to the casino for the first time because he was already playing poker. He had been in States and played there. He had played tournaments. And he got an opportunity to go to Goa and play, and he asked me to tag along with him.
Wow. So okay. So जब you played at the wedding, after that you didn't shift to poker as yet.
No.
Oh, okay,
That
just
was
your
the introduction to poker. That this is what poker is.
Okay.
Okay. This is just knowing this is a game called poker. That's it.
Funny. But did you win that night? First big
Yes,
luck tha?
yes, I did.
Achha,
I did.
awesome.
I was playing every hand and I was winning as well. So that was the beginning.
Perfect. But Harsh, if I ask you now, like, how do you feel about this? That you introduced him to poker? Kya tha? What was in your mind? You just wanted to play. Was that the story that night?
I mean, I don't consider. I mean, now the whole country has accepted poker as a game of skill.
Sure.
That time it was still seen as gambling. You're, after all, going into a casino to play.
Yeah.
But I had no such stigma, and if he wanted to take it up, I had no problems.
अच्छा, that time when you took him to the casino, you just thought it's बस ऐसे ही खेलने लेके
No, that time I had no plan to introduce him.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. I was just going. I thought he'll be there for vacation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me just step in here. The reason why I believe he did this was because he wanted me to get out of the state I was in, because it was not really a good place I was in. The college deciding to not allow me to continue the year because of shortage of attendance. They calling my parents over, and he knows that I have to repeat a year in the college, and I had already taken two years to get into my engineering. So for him, it was more about changing the environment for me, giving me some peace and happiness when I am depressed and sad. So he was doing what a brother would do. Yes, I think that was primarily the reason. He never expected me to take from there that, okay, I'm going to make this my career.
Your career, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
My parents expected me to follow his footsteps.
Sure.
He went to Kota for the preparations. So did I. And it took me 2 years to get into an average engineering college, where it took him much lesser, a lot lesser than to get into IIT Bombay. And by the time I got into the engineering college, my parents' expectations from me had already decreased significantly, because taking 2 years to get into an average college compared to what he achieved, they were already to a point that what will happen, what is going to happen. And 2 years into the college is already saying this guy needs to repeat another year because he's not showing up. And he stepped in every time to give them the assurance that, leave it up to me. Like, I'll figure it out for him. I'll show him the way. I'll show him the path. He did show me multiple paths. He allowed me to work for his company, which was making softwares back then. He allowed me to do some coding for him. He gave me ideas of businesses. He even asked me to open a food stall, which could be converted into like something like chayos. All those ideas he gave me, whatever you want to do, whatever. So he was giving me every bit of opportunity he could to excel in my career.
Yeah.
But I took poker.
So Ashwa, you said आपने poker खेला है. Career's been up and down in poker, as much as you said. Let's talk a little bit about that. Poker से tell us about your poker journey थोड़ा detail में. And your career actually. Poker career क्या है?
Yeah. So I got introduced at a Google retreat,
right,
by some colleagues of mine. And then since I was traveling to US very often, and there are card rooms in US where you can just go and play. So I would play the smallest stakes. I had some friends who would tell me how to improve. So I was playing there, I would make money, then I will up my stakes, I will lose money. And then eventually I started going to Vegas quite regularly, play there in the casinos. And then I had saved up close to $100,000 and I went for World Series of Poker. And I thought I'll play the small games, but you can't resist the temptation. So I ended up playing pretty much every event and lost all of it in a month.
Wow.
And in India, I was doing pretty good. So I would go to Goa events, and during those times, the field were pretty soft.
Got it.
Mostly all these businessmen people and a very few professionals.
Sure.
So I remember one event where I think I took Nitin also with me, and the event had 3 different tournaments, and I reached final tables in all 3. It was this soft. So for me, it was like this only, up and down. Like never took it, I never felt enough confident ki, okay, sure, I can, because for me, what my other career was pretty good.
But the money, man, if you're saying $100,000, even today when people go to WSOP, Vegas for the WSOP, they take probably $50,000, $70,000. So you really had a role which you had built to play the...
Yeah, others take a small percentage of their assets.
Yeah.
For me, it was everything I had.
Yeah.
I took it and I lost.
So it was not about the money even then for you? You were wanting to play big because you said, "Maine collect kiya cards, cash games khel ke, I made it. I put."
No, this was my other career money.
Yeah, I know. Hard money. Oh,
yes.
This was your. Acha.
Yes. So I was working in US and I was earning good, but I always had confidence ki I was one of the best in my other career and
sure,
paise aa jayenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was okay to take that risk. Now I wouldn't take all my blue. I definitely am more than what I had done. Now I'm careful. I have a yearly budget set and
for poker.
And from this year I plan to start playing more, even travel abroad to play some big tournaments.
Oh, interesting.
But with a very fixed budget in mind, like not going like, okay, going to Vegas with a $5,000 a month budget and blowing 100,000.
And now you've created a proper bankroll plan only कि मुझे कैसे allocate करना है.
Exactly. Even if I lose all that money, it wouldn't matter.
So this is happening. Your brother is doing his engineering. He's managed to get into a college. He's not really doing it the way you were doing it. So there was a certain level of, was there a thing वो brotherly था कि I need to set him? वो set वाला angle था?
No, not really. I gave him his freedom.
Okay.
And he had better attendance than me.
Okay.
Like there were courses where I have not even seen the professor.
Sure.
I'll just go and give the exam and clear. And IIT has no such strong rules like the Bombay University has. So I was on his side. He's getting marks. He's cleared your exams. Just, give him a slap on the wrist and let him go. But so when they actually kicked him out, I supported him. And even defended him against parents. This is not his fault.
Yeah.
It's the college's fault.
Okay. Interesting. So is there a thing where you tell him that I want to play poker full time now? Did that happen? When did that happen?
When I decided to drop out of college, I did not tell him as well.
Okay, interesting.
He was under an assumption that it's again fast forward 1 year since the college gave me a drop. I took 1 year and then started going to the college again, repeating the same year.
Oh, you didn't quit already? Okay.
No.
Okay,
So it was basically the third year where they asked me to wait. Then after 1 year, I started going to the third year again. I went one day, to be very honest. I went one day, I joined my juniors, and on my journey back, I was like, okay, I'm not going again. But he didn't know it till for like some months.
This is what, 2015? 20 what?
I think this will be 2014.
2014 is when
Yes,
okay,
yes,
wow.
Because 2013 was the year I got dropped, and 2014 I started going back to college again, and that's when he guessed the inevitable.
He had his reads on. Poker was not going very good, but reads were on.
Yes.
Fair enough. But because ye batao, that 1 year you dropped, was it poker full time?
No.
Okay.
After that also I was working for him on and off. Whenever I would need money, I would go to him. He would never give me money, never give any handouts. Say you have to work for it.
Sure.
So I will work for it. He will give me some money. I will try my hand at poker. Around from 2015, I started trying poker. I started putting real money into it by playing the smallest of the stakes I could. Like my salary was like 25,000-30,000, which he would give me a month. And from there, I would keep trying. I would make some money for 2 months, then I will lose it all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that phase just kept going.
We've all been there, absolutely.
That's what I did for like 2 years at least.
Wow. So this is till 2017-ish is there.
Yeah, 2016. From 2015 to 2016, I was doing this.
I want to know the reaction moreover. Ke parents ne kya kaha? Because, traditional, like you said, tabhi to it's still looked upon as gambling only. Even now, forever, for a lot of places it is. So one son is doing IIT and the other one decides ki mujhe poker khelna hai full time. What was that reaction like? And since he took the call with them, like he spoke to them, what was that like?
I don't think we ever broke it to our parents ki it's going to happen suddenly.
Sure.
It
as
was
far
gradual.
as they are considered, he's working with his brother, he's taking care of it. And only when he started making real money and it was like, okay, this is going to work, then they realized on their own ki, okay, he's playing poker and it's...
So we never it was never a sudden kind of news which we gave to my parents that this is what's going to happen. But it was more like, because for a decent amount of time I was doing both. I was playing a bit of poker and doing a bit of work. Okay, so my parents was living under this assumption that he's working, kaam kar raha hai. And once poker took over, once I told him that, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I'm no longer going to code for you. Okay, because I'm making enough money playing poker and this is what I want to do. Few months down the line, when I had made enough money and my parents were comfortable with the idea, because parents also know when you are making money, you give money to your parents as well. And they saw that, okay, he's doing well and he's playing poker. And then the phase where the parents ask question, okay, how will you sustain? Is it possible to, have this as a career long term? Then those questions were answered by both of us as and when they were asked.
Got it. Tell me that, because I'm also from a Marwadi family, so right? So
see, for Marwadi family, if you make making money, it's okay. So that was most important.
Yeah, so you have to be profitable poker player. That's the answer to this.
Baki, we are more educated than our parents. So whatever we tell them, they believe us.
They're buying that. Fair enough. Nahi, sahi hai, badhiya.
No, it's basically when he says something, it's being taken with a lot more...
seriousness.
Seriousness. Because again, his educational background, his dedication towards studies and his understanding in general of the whole whole, I would say, like someone's approach to a career and whether it will succeed or not succeed, he has a very good understanding. And my parents always looked up to him. Not only parents, most of my relatives also looked up to him.
Yeah, sure.
So when he said it, that no, he can do it, they didn't question it.
I've seen a lot of poker players, and Nitin would agree, are from IITs, IIMs, IITs a lot. Do you know why is that case? Like, what is the link there? Why are so many poker players IITians?
Because at the core of it, poker involves probability and statistics.
Right.
It's a numbers game.
Correct.
And that's what involves, if you want to get into IIT, your maths needs to be really good.
Yeah.
So that's the connection.
So you see the math angle out of it.
Yeah. So they have an edge. If you understand maths better,
Yeah.
From a normal person who is just playing his cards, you have an edge.
Got it. Fair enough. Harsh, we know you have to leave. But
Yeah.
before you leave, one question for you is, you look at Nitin today. How do you feel कि मैं भी poker player बनी जाता तो crazy होता कि नहीं होता?
Not really. I always wanted to take it up once, like I'm more like semi-retired, which I'm kind of now.
Okay.
So I have plans to take it up more seriously now.
Okay.
Because for me, it was always to get financial stability first, and then he didn't have a choice. Sure. There was no other way he could earn money.
Yeah.
Okay, but I did. So I didn't want to, risk that.
Sure.
And I'm very happy how his career has turned out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's great.
So perfect. So now you're trying to be like, maybe finally I'll come back to it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'll be a better player than him eventually.
Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Perfect. Thank you so much.
I would be really happy.
You would be really happy.
Of
Wow.
course.
Let's see.
The next podcast नहीं होगा, next heads up challenge होगा, but that'll be something which we will cover as well, for sure.
Yeah.
Done.
Perfect. ठीक है. Thank you so much, Harsh. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Parth, for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, bye.
So, see you.
So tell me this thing. You've played internationally. You won a tournament there. You've played cash games across the world. What is the difference between an average Indian player, I mean a good Indian player, and an international player?
There are many aspects to it.
Okay.
Now, let me start in a proper order. So, there is a pyramid, right?
Sure.
So, like the international high stakes player who we see online or we hear the name, they are at the top of the pyramid. An Indian high stake reg who's playing Indian stakes is somewhere in the middle of the pyramid. So you can automatically see. What lacks a lot is, of course, the skill set with respect to the understanding of the game, the knowledge of the game is always there. That is the first thing. But then the other aspects are discipline, proper methods to study the game or improve at the game is there. Because over my last 3 years of playing high stakes on and off internationally, I've been playing Indian high stakes regularly, but international high stakes mainly live on and off. And the primary reason I haven't been able to make it till now is the things which I'm listing right now. That you can spend 2 hours studying, but how do you spend those 2 hours really matter. You could do like smart work, or you could do like,
hard work.
Just work hard. It's like working hard as a donkey or working hard as a horse. So the kind of difference, that's what I'm referring to. And the challenges which I have faced while facing an international high stakes player is immense.
Okay.
You feel that you are getting owned a lot.
Oh, really?
Which is something I have never felt at Indian platforms. And that is the reason why I am an accomplished Indian high stakes player and aiming to be an international high stakes player.
Interesting. So what's your take on Santosh Suvarna? Because he's someone who's an Indian high stakes reg, I believe, who's now an international high stakes reg, playing the highest of highest stakes. What's your take on him?
It's very interesting you ask.
You played with him?
Yes, I have had the opportunity of play with Santosh maybe 4 or 5 years back. At that point of time, I categorized Santosh as a purely recreational who was playing for the fun of the game. Over the years, how much he has improved as a poker player is something which is, I don't have words. I am amazed and I have huge amount of respect for that. He's someone who I learned from. The amount of change in his game I've seen in just last 2 years is immense. When I saw him first time on the television compared to when I see him today, it's huge. And it shows that he has worked on his game.
Absolutely.
Whatever he has done, he has learned from his experience or he has taken coaching, I have no idea. But he has become a really tough opponent on the table today, and his results show the same. Like he has won a bracelet on a high roller, World WSOP Europe, for 5 million, I believe.
Yes, that's right. 45. I made a reel on that, so yeah, 100%.
Yes, and even at the cash games, I don't think I have missed a single stream of his.
Oh, really?
Yes. If not the live, I have watched the highlights because it's so much fun watching him.
Yeah.
You know, you learn from it. It's entertainment. It's a combination. So immense respect for him. He has taken Indian poker to a level which at least 4 years ago I never thought was possible.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yes.
But now, so you look up to him. Similarly, we're looking up to you guys. Want to ask that I play 25, 50, 50, 100, no limit. The games that I look at, serious games, are like 500,000 for me. So there's a huge jump which needs to be there. It seems simple, but people usually take about 2 years' time to kind of increase the stakes to that level. How long did it take you to reach these high stakes?
I started playing 25-50 towards the end of 2016 or towards the end of 2016. And I was playing 100 to 100 in a matter of a month, and I was playing 500,000 in a matter of 3 months.
Wow.
Yes. But for me, I wouldn't say that, it's a huge accomplishment or an achievement. You need to understand that during those days, games were much softer.
Okay.
The rake was much lesser. And when you have that, it gets much easier.
Sure.
And I was being backed then. I was being staked.
Okay.
So when you're being staked, one thing which you don't have to worry about is your bankroll. That makes things more easier.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then you have mentors who are guiding you as well. So a lot of things fell in right place for me to achieve this in this short amount of time.
But I'm sure you put in the volume, you put in the hard work to reach those numbers. Did that time, was there like a lot of information about you need to have 100 buy-ins of a particular stake before you move forward? Were you following all that, or because you were backed, you were crushing a particular stake, you decided to move forward?
See, information was always there.
Okay.
If anyone wants information, it's always there. It was there 20 years ago, it's there now. Yes, because I was beating the game so convincingly, I would just go to my backer and tell them that I want to play higher,
Sure.
And they could not say no because they had no reason to. The results were there. And my volume was there, and they were happy with me. So, as I said, everything just fell in place together for me to reach those stakes. But I wouldn't say that I didn't face challenges when I reached those stakes. It was a struggle then.
I'm sure, yeah.
To stay there and continuously make money was a challenge. Once, even at Indian high stakes, at those points, I faced stiff competition. And I still remember moments where I felt like, okay, I don't belong here.
Right.
There were those moments, mainly in live, where, because it was out of my comfort zone, and I felt those moments where I felt, okay, I don't belong here. I also remember instances where I've just gotten up from the table because I felt, I cannot play. This is too much of a game for me, or too tough for me. So I have had all those phases as well. So it's easier to reach to a point, but it's a lot tougher to stay there and, grow from there.
What do you think is a strong mindset or mentality of a high stakes player? How do you define it?
One thing which every poker player, be it high stakes or mid stakes, they need to have a strong mental capability, strong mental strength. To elaborate on this, I would say having a check on your emotions, understanding your emotions, and finding a way to deal with them is what you need to know, or is what something you need to daily work on. I think for a high stakes, mental game takes precedence over a lot. A high stakes player with average skill set but a very strong mental game will also succeed.
Where do you rank a bankroll and a mindset and average skills in three? Because I believe these three are the most important things at high stakes. So what is the most important? Mindset?
Bankroll is the basic requisite.
Bankroll is, okay, yeah, fair enough.
If you don't have the necessary bankroll, you never will be comfortable playing, and your mental game will keep deteriorating because, see, there are very, very rare exceptions, and it would just be better to not talk about the exceptions who can just not care if they lose and just try to build it back again. It's not that easy.
Correct.
Bankroll becomes the basic requisite. A strong mental game is the next, and then
skill set come in. So was there ever a period where you felt scared money wala angle ke ये मतलब what am I doing this? Is this right? इतना पैसा अंदर जा रहा है. Can I handle it? Did that ever feeling ever come, and does it ever come today?
Yes, the feeling came back then, and yes, the feeling comes today as well.
It comes today?
Yes, the frequency with which it comes is less, much less, but then it was higher because I wasn't accustomed to the swings. I wasn't accustomed to the stakes so much. In today's date, it happens very rarely, but it still does happen. I will find myself in a situation where the game has gotten out of my control, because what you have to understand in a live game, it might begin at a certain stake, but 16 hours into the game, it can be 10x the stakes which it began with. So you had the bankroll for the game which it began, but now you are 16 hours into it, and now the game is 10x. Sure. It has become, the size has become 10 times, and now you don't have that bankroll. So I personally have been in those situations many times, even recently.
So we're talking about high stakes players. Can you tell me 3 leaks that you find in high stakes players, even today?
In India?
Let's talk India, yeah.
The biggest leak I would say for the high stakes player is under bluffing.
Okay.
If you want to take it, they bluff a lot less than they should. Weak mental game. That's something which is there as well. I think a lot of the players I have played with, and the mistakes they make is not because they don't know better or something. I think it's because of the mental strength they have in that particular situation, or dealing with a bad beat in the previous hand, and that is something which is there. That would be the second. Third is the discipline.
The discipline. And what would that mean? What would the discipline include?
I believe most of them just rely on playing. They don't put in enough hours to prepare themselves. I believe they don't live the lifestyle a poker player should with respect to how fit they are, because to be able to perform at the level you're playing, you need to be really fit. You need to have the physical and the mental strength, which only comes with a balanced lifestyle.
Yeah.
So that will be something is very important as well.
Absolutely. We were discussing इसके पहले आप जो बता रहे थे कि when games suddenly go out of hand, 10x बन जाती है, the best is to get up there. But tell me this thing, like I've spoken to a lot of people, getting access to these games, जो आप अगर private games खेल रहे हो, कहीं कुछ भी खेल रहे हो, वहाँ पहली बात तो politics बहुत होती है, और access to these games is also a problem. So now if you are a very good player, so they'll make it a point कि उनको वहाँ you're not playing with them because they want to make sure that someone doesn't come and takes our money away. So how do you ensure that you solve that piece? How does that happen? Like उसका क्या?
I think we should not try to solve that piece as professionals.
Okay.
We should try to think of it as a business.
Yeah.
If you think purely as a business, you will keep your emotions out of it. You will understand the challenge which lies for you to get access to this game. If you are up for that challenge, you should do it. If you're not up for that challenge, then you should just not do it. You should not feel that why I can't play or why, and take it personally. That is one thing which I learned from experience. If there is a game which you can get access by your own ability, not only as a poker player but as a social element as well, because today's date, these private games, they are more social. Okay, so a person though could be good, but if he is socially much more acceptable, he will be invited to the game. And if someone is even a bad player, but he's someone who is not liked, he will not be invited. So you need to account for all the factors.
So it works on likability. Is that the
likability is one factor. Of course, your skill set is also there.
But they would not want a good player to be there, would they?
It depends.
Sure. Okay.
The game comprises when a game is comprised, there are some professionals, there are some recreationals, and then there is an operator at the helm of it, okay, who has to think of his interest as well. What is he gaining out of it, sure, right? And the recreational ones, most of the recreationals who are there in the game, they are there for the fun, the entertainment. They are there to pay the price for the entertainment they get, okay? Now, there are professionals who are there to make money.
Correct.
I might be a threat to a professional.
Yeah.
I might be a threat to an operator. I might be a threat to a recreational as well, who has his reasoning there to be mixed between entertainment and making money.
Yeah.
Right? So if I'm able to navigate these challenges where I have a good equation with the operator who understands that, yes, getting Nitin in the game is not that big a problem. Okay, he will have to find ways, and in that he can also make some money out of it. Okay, what are the values he adds? A professional who's there, who sees me as a challenge that, okay, Nitin is a better player than me. Yes, of course, he would not want me on the table, but that's fair, isn't it?
Yeah, fair enough.
When he has an option of
Table
not
selection is
having
key,
me on the
yeah.
table and he wants to use that, he's free to do that.
Yeah.
And he should. It's his business as well. So for me personally, I believe that if there is a live private game I want to get invited to or access to, I need to first understand what requirements are there.
Sure.
What requirements are there for me to be allowed or invited to these games? First, I fulfill those requirements and then I should go. Without fulfilling the requirements, if I expect that they will invite me or I will get a seat, it's just unreasonable.
Perfect. So you made your way with it, huh? कि आपको
Yes.
पता है कैसे करना है.
I made my peace with it.
Yeah,
Very
absolutely.
honestly, yes.
Okay, perfect. I want to talk about you. You've been stayed a lot of places. You stayed in Goa for a while.
Yes.
You've stayed internationally in Dubai, I believe.
For some time, yes.
For some time. Somewhere else also, I believe. Where else were you staying? Europe. I believe Europe.
I've lived in Eastern Europe, Belarus to be specific, for some duration because my wife's from there.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, and I spent some time over there as well. Yes.
Okay, perfect. And now you're back to Mumbai.
Yes, now back to Mumbai.
That is a separate question we should discuss. But tell us about your lifestyle, man. Like, what is your lifestyle like, and kya different hai, like compared to what these guys like? You know, where people who are lacking. What is there in your lifestyle?
I have a fixed routine where I make sure I'm dedicating at least an hour to working my body out. I have a fixed diet which I try to follow as much as I can, though I love food.
Oh, okay.
I do deviate, but I try my best to have like get the basic nutrients day in, day out, have like supplements as well to make sure that I'm not lacking. I get my blood test done regularly to make sure I'm like at the peak of my health. These are the basic things which I do, and they don't take too much time. They don't take too much commitment from you. Making sure that the body is just feeling right. You go to sleep, having a great sleep matters. Like, I think is the most important thing for a poker player, getting a good sleep every day.
So you get good 8 hours in every day?
Yes, I do try to get good 7 to 8 hours of sleep every day, which is very important as well.
So you're working out, getting the right food, and you're sleeping well. That's
it. This is the basic.
Yeah, and that is what the basic is. Absolutely, and playing good poker with that. But yeah, tell me these things. You've played a lot of high stakes. What is the most tilted and kuch crazy story? Batao jo like someone has done it on tilt ke jo because he's blasted on high stakes because of probably lack of discipline.
You want me to tell you a story where I blasted off or someone else blasted off?
Now I want 2 stories.
I think let's talk about me blasting off.
Okay.
This happened in Dubai. I was playing a private game.
Sure.
And I let go of my emotions completely, and my ego took over per se. And I ended up playing 300 with 2 very competent and aggressive players for pretty much half of my role. And I played with them for 4 hours. The game started at 50-100, and by the time it ended, we were playing 500,000 AED.
Wow.
And it was 14 hours into the session. So I ended up blasting off a lot of money in that session.
Okay.
Mine and some of my investors. I wouldn't shy away from that as well because they are all aware what happened as well. But yes, I did. And it's when you come back, when you reflect on it and you realize what you have done, it's... the one thing good is that I learned a lot from that mistake.
Yeah.
It's something which I always remember. It helps me stay grounded. It helps me stay humble. That's the story where I blasted off. Other people blasting off happens regularly. Yes.
Do you enjoy it, or now you're like stoic to it?
It's a mixed feeling.
Okay.
As a professional, I don't enjoy it, but it's good for business. Yeah. But I do feel the emotions. I do relate to the emotion the person might be feeling at that point because I myself have gone through it, has gone through it, and I do feel bad sometimes. Most of the times that if there was a way I could reach out to this person now and tell him what he needs to do so that he doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I will feel really good inside, but again, I can't do that.
At that moment, you can't tell the player to stop? You can't? Because the table will not be...
I think it will be... it's not good.
For the table?
It's not good for the table.
Sure, yeah.
people will have a problem with it. It will become more problematic for me in the future. It's you understand. I think
Correct.
everyone watching understands that me telling someone who's losing money on the table or tilting that, hey man, you are tilting, you should not play and go back
It's
home.
not allowed. Yeah.
Is something I mean.
The whole likability and the access part also that we spoke about. Correct.
See, I'm very straight on this.
Yeah.
Okay, after the session, I will tell him what happened.
क्या कर रहा
Be
था
very
तू?
honest.
Yeah, absolutely done. We spoke about high stakes players. I want to talk a little bit about money now.
Sure.
Then that's going to be the fun angle. No, but first question is playing high stakes. Has that changed the way you see money? And not only high stakes. I feel even when I play my stakes, somewhere it changes the way I see money compared to the normal people who don't play poker, in my opinion. How has playing high stakes poker changed the way you look at money?
It changed initially a lot.
Okay.
When I started making money in the beginning, playing high stakes, lakhs and lakhs of rupees,
Yeah.
I wasn't valuing money at all. To me, it was like, oh my God, this is money, let's spend it. So it changed the way I looked at money, changed the way I valued money. And when I kept doing it more and more, I realized that if you don't respect money, if you don't value money, it's going to hurt you a lot and it won't stay with you. Money will not be any your friend anymore. So even today, at times I lose track of it, even today, but I'm there to remind myself way more that, okay, this is money and I need to respect it more and more every passing day.
Sure.
And yes, some things starts becoming less valuable, but that happens over time because it's relative at the end of the day. What's expensive for me can be cheap for someone else.
Correct.
And what's cheap for me can be really expensive for someone else. The understanding of this over a period of time being in this profession has changed a lot. But if I have to compare it from the day one when I started playing high stakes to today, the difference is very, very significant. From me not valuing money at all when I started making it to today, like understanding the real value of it and how much important it is to, respect money and the game in itself.
Absolutely. Because I can imagine, just it's like, if you're playing 1,000, 2,000, that's you're playing with 2 lakh rupees as your buy-in. That is like a trip for a lot of people. That is like this thing. So does that ever come to your mind? Okay, now ये करना है, मैं ये कर सकता हूँ. I can do whatever I want. Like, does that ever happen?
पहले होता था.
Okay, अभी होता ही नहीं
होता. पहले मेरे जो दोस्त थे और फेलो पोकर प्लेयर थे जो छोटे स्टेक्स खेलते थे वो मुझे आगे बोलते थे कि ये तो तुम्हारे लिए एक बिग ब्लाइंड है, ये तो दो बिग ब्लाइंड है, ये तो एक बाइन है. ये कन्वर्सेशन तब होती थी. बट अब और उस समय मैं भी यही समझता था जब पैसे खर्च करता था कि ये तो एक बाइन है. ठीक है, बट आज नहीं होता. आज एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग की ये एक बिजनेस है. द मनी यू आर पुटिंग इज एन इन्वेस्टमेंट एंड द मनी यू कैन मेक ओवर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम बिकॉज नाउ यू हैव अ बिग सैम्पल टू लुक एट. एक डेटा है जिसको एनालाइज किया गया है और अब पता है कि कितना पैसा बना सकते हो और कितना हार सकते हो, तो कितना वैल्यू करना है नहीं करना, वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग बहुत ज़्यादा है अब. बट हाँ, शुरू में नहीं थी.
तो ये बता दो फिर, देन हाउ मच मनी डू यू मेक इन अ ईयर?
यार, आई मेक enough to pay 45% tax effectively on my income, which is, I think, in Indian
3 crores plus.
More than 3 crores.
Yeah.
It's not a lot more than 3 crores. It's a little bit more than 3 crores annually.
Okay, wow. And then you have to pay 45% tax on that. That's the worst spending that you do, right? That must hurt a lot.
Not really.
Oh, not really?
See, one thing poker did to me was made me way more logical over a period of time. And way less emotional. Now it has its perks and it has its disadvantages as well. ठीक है, काफ़ी चीज़ों में जहाँ लोग एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि आप अपने इमोशंस दिखाओगे, मैं नहीं दिखाता. क्योंकि मैं लॉजिकल हो जाता हूँ तो लोगों को समझ नहीं आता. बट इस सिचुएशन में भी जब मैं पैसे कमा रहा हूँ तो मुझे पता है एट द एंड ऑफ द डे मुझे इतना टैक्स देना है. ठीक है, अब वो नहीं है तो अननेसेसरी अपने इमोशंस को वो करना या सैड फील करना और टू कर्स इट और डू एनीथिंग इज नॉट रियली हेल्पिंग मी एनीमोर.
I completely agree to you because I've also made peace with that. And when people reach out to me also and they go like भैया टैक्स कैसे बचा सकते हैं, ये 30% देना पड़ेगा, कुछ वे आउट है, TDS वापस से मिलेगा. I'm like, आपको पता है ये भरना ही है, आपको खेल रहे हो, दे दो चुपचाप और move forward. Like that's the right way to do it. So 100%. Interesting question. Is there an amount of money given to you that would make you walk away from poker? I know you answered this before in a podcast, some 6-7 years ago का podcast है कुछ, जब आपने कहा था कि नहीं my love for poker is this thing, but उन्होंने वो आंसर ले लिया था. अब आप लॉजिकल भी हो तो अब आप मुझको बताना है कि is there amount of money which would make you walk away from poker because you breathe poker day in day out? So
yes, there is a number.
There is?
Yes.
What would that be? Like
That I will have to still think, but maybe, I don't know, somewhere between 2 to 5 million USD और maybe 10 से 20 करोड़ के बीच में कोई एक नंबर होगा, बिकॉज वो मुझे अलाउ करेगा लाइफ में बाकी चीज़ें परस्यू करने का जो मैं करना चाहता हूँ इन फ्यूचर. तो मैं पोकर छोड़ के वो चीज़ें परस्यू करना चाहूँगा, क्योंकि आई बीन प्लेइंग पोकर फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम. येस, आई वांट टू अचीव अ लॉट, बट आई डोंट नो. अभी आई सी माई सेल्फ प्लेइंग एटलीस्ट फॉर अनदर 3 years, and I have taken myself into this journey where I want to achieve the higher stakes. I can play the high stakes internationally, where I can travel and play the 50, 100 blinds, 100, 200 blinds, be it live, and have an option of playing online also if it shows up. So I want to do that. Once I do that, after that, what next will be a question I will ask myself again. So if at the end of the day, this is the money which I aim to make in next 3 years, right? By playing high stakes, maybe 20 crores. If I get that money today, I no longer need to do this, and I can maybe spend time doing something else, which I want to.
Absolutely. Interesting. Nice answer. Okay. You need to tell me how much do you spend on poker coaching, mindset, and fitness, or whatever, like, whatever helps you in your, like, let's call it your business expense. Yes. If poker is a business, how much do you spend on it?
I spend pretty significant amount of money on coaching and subscriptions and my fitness. I have coaches for everything. I have a coach for poker. I have a mental coach. I have 2 trainers. I wouldn't go into the exact number, but it's upwards of 5 lakhs a month.
On coaching?
On total.
And because it's going to give you, on all of this, because it's going to give you the return of...
Yes, I see this as an investment. And see, coaching not only helps you learn the things which you are doing, coaching also helps you a lot of other things. It grows you in life, makes you more mature. It brings more discipline. You are answerable to someone who you have to go and tell what you did. That's one thing which has always helped me in life, because I was not something who took discipline as a default. As we had my conversation with my brother, where my brother was the disciplined one and I was not. So for me to get discipline into my life, I needed people to, keep me in line with things.
Yes.
Accountable for it. And that's what I do. So I never shy away from reaching out to people, reaching out to coaches to get the best I can, what I can afford.
This is what I really like. I'm taking away this, that all the things that you're doing, usme, if you found an expert who manages that for you, fitness hai, coach hai, mindset hai, even with the content piece that you're doing right now, we'll talk about it, of course. So interesting. What do you do with the money? Do you have a expert for investments? Is there a thing? Do you look into investments as such? Ki abhi tak, because your poker journey is also not very big. Like, it's 10 years. So, like, some people evolve completely in 10 years, which I see that, like, whatever you were saying, कि मैं पहले, like, I was blowing up the money also, I didn't care, I was doing all the wrong things. Now I'm taking care of that piece. So, with the money, do you have someone who manages the money?
No, I manage my money myself. Yes, and I mainly believe in investing in myself. So whenever I save money, I find something new to do, as now I have begun with the content. So this is also a journey which I have embarked on after trying few other things in the past. And even here, I intend to invest a lot on myself.
Interesting. You'll be happy to know, I was talking to Jungle Man. We were doing a podcast with him, and I asked him the same question, okay, what do you do with your investments? And his answer was, I invest in myself. So interesting. Also another high stakes player.
I didn't hear that.
Oh.
This is something I've been telling for a long time.
No, absolutely. I'm saying the mentality is same, because he's also a super high stakes player, international high stakes player. I'm talking about that. So no, I'm not saying you've copied it, but
no, but I would have loved to hear that podcast, because Jungle Man is also another player I respect a lot.
Okay.
And I started watching your podcast with Jungle, and I stopped in the middle somewhere.
Sure.
Yes, I was there in Goa when
okay.
he was playing. I actually got a chance to play with him 2 times on the table.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yes, so I was playing with them, and there was so much to learn from him.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Okay, that's all with money. I will not bother you with money anymore. But I want to know that, like I said, your poker career has been 10 years.
Yes.
About approximately.
Yes,
you're there.
approximately.
What is your advice to someone, and you of course killed it, what is your advice to someone who's starting new? 2025 is now entering, जिन्होंने भी अपने 2 years bankroll बनाई, उड़ाई, and now wants to look at you and be like, मैं भी यहाँ पहुँचना चाहता हूँ कि this level पे. Like you said, it's become harder, of course. What is your advice to someone looking there today, to trying to be there?
I would advise them to start with a very clear, transparent, and strong evaluation of themselves on where they lie currently as a poker player. The metrics of how skilled you are, how much you know, how much you don't know. That's where they should begin.
पता ही नहीं है तो मैं तो खेल रहा हूँ.
पता करने के बहुत तरीके हैं.
Okay.
If someone wants to take seriously, किसी ने 2 साल खेल लिया, आप बोल रहा है कि अब मुझे यही करना है,
हाँ.
ठीक है, तो सबसे पहले उसको जाकर के एक्सपर्ट से किसी से भी जानना है कि भाई तुम किधर स्टैंड करते हो. जैसे हम एक 12th स्टैंडर्ड में होते हैं और हमें काउंसलर्स के पास भेजा जाता है. वो काउंसलर क्या करता है? वो इवैल्यूएट करता है कि क्या चीज़ों में तुम अच्छे हो, क्या चीज़ों में तुम खराब हो. अगर तुम्हें ये करियर चॉइस करना है तो तुम्हें क्या पाथ लेना पड़ेगा इसमें एक्सेल करने के लिए. वो तुम्हें एक काउंसलर बताता है. पोकर में भी ये चीज़ें हैं. यू कैन गो टॉक टू पीपल, यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड वेयर यू स्टैंड राइट नाउ. इतनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, यहाँ से तुम्हें कहाँ जाना है, ये तुम्हारा गोल है, ठीक है, तो उसके लिए अब तुम्हें क्या करना है, ये स्टेप्स हैं. जब वो एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग होगा, एक रियलिटी चेक होगा, द चांसेस दैट यू सक्सीड इज मच मच हायर.
Sure.
99% of the poker players who take this call after 2 years of playing poker कि हमें ये प्रोफेशनली करना है, lack this. They don't know. They are not aware how skilled they are. Most of them will overestimate their skill set. Sure. And I did as well. And it is all from experience. I'm not talking about this because I knew better. I learned this again and again by experience, that every time when I had to reflect, I saw that I overestimated my skill set. And
taking biases from results, recent results maybe. वो भी एक एंगल होता है.
I didn't understand.
Maybe taking कुछ अगर अच्छा रिजल्ट कोई आ गया.
हाँ, of course. But I'm just saying that that's one thing which is consistent with 99.9% of poker players.
Yeah.
I have had the opportunity of even coaching a few students in the past. It's the same thing, 10 out of 10. Even people who come daily and discuss, same thing. They see themselves as a much better poker player than they actually are, including me.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So that's what my suggestion to them would be.
You mentioned that you also questioned yourself sometime कि छोड़ देना चाहिए क्या poker. That's happened to you in the past as well. Happens a lot to a lot of players. When was that and what was it like?
यार मेरे साथ ये कभी नहीं हुआ where I thought कि मुझे poker छोड़ देना चाहिए.
Oh, okay.
ठीक है, मैंने कभी नहीं सोचा कि मुझे पोकर छोड़ देना चाहिए. इफ़ एनीथिंग आई ऑलवेज वांटेड टू गेट बेटर. ये ज़रूर हुआ वेयर आई डाउटेड माई एबिलिटीज़. आई क्वेश्चन माई एबिलिटीज़ वेदर आई एम अ केपेबल पोकर प्लेयर और नॉट, वेदर आई कैन कीप ऑन डूइंग दिस और नॉट, और आई विल जस्ट लूज एवरीथिंग. That has happened, and that has happened multiple times when you are going through a downswing. When you are going day after day and making the same mistakes again and again and again, checking, oh shit, you did it again. Yes, that happens. And
now it's happened. If it's happened too many times, you must be knowing your way out of it, I believe.
It's easier said. Yes, you know the way out. What is the way out? I mean, you know what are the steps you need to take. You need to take a break. You need to go to the experts. You need to figure out what is the problem. Why are you going back and making the same mistakes? What's happening? With me, whenever it happened in the past, there were different reasons contributing to this. Sometimes I was following a bad routine where I was playing tired more. I was spending first 5 hours a day in doing things which were not important, and then sometimes I was struggling with some mental leak which I didn't even realize was there. It existed unless my coach pointed it out that maybe this is the reason. And sometimes it's just the ego was a bigger problem with me, and it still is. Over time, I have learned to deal with it, where I brought it down to a manageable level. But if I have to go 2 years back, it was very high. I had a lot of ego.
Does that? Yeah. I mean, ego ka topic in poker is like a whole different topic only, right? That's a big mindset leak, right?
Yes.
Do you like try to fix it now? Does it happen? But still, it comes into play.
Yes.
क्या moments पे होता है ऐसा ego का battle?
यार जब आप खेल रहे हो तो पोकर आप इमोशनल हो जाते हो, पर्सनल हो जाते हो. आप किसी से पॉट हारते हो, आपको लगता है इससे तो हार नहीं सकते, तो ईगो है, तो वो रिवेंज वाला एंगल आ जाता है फिर कि अब चाहिए, आ जाता है. इट कम्स इवन नाउ. बिल्कुल, अभी भी होता है. कम होता है बट होता है, ज़रूर होता है. इसके अलावा एक टेबल पे बैठते हो, प्लेयर्स देखते हो, यहाँ तो मैं जीतूंगा ही, ये तो इतनी सॉफ्ट है, ये तो बहुत पैसे जीतने हैं, जीत गए कुछ पे, 2 दिन जीत गए, तीसरे दिन भी आए, आज तो जीतेंगे ही. सब ईगो है.
100%. But you mentioned your coaches. when I asked you about your, like, who do you coach? I forgot to get this thing from you. Who do you coach with? Like these mindset coaches, who are they?
I have the privilege of being coached by Jared Tendler currently. He is the best. In the past, I have been coached by Dan Heskett. He comes from Elliott Rose team.
Okay.
And yes, these are the two mental coaches I've had the pleasure of working with, and both were great. And they both had their own ways. I was able to get myself in tune with more of Jared's ways, because it's more practical way of approach, where he doesn't believe in having a set solution for someone. He believes we need to try and find out what works for me and what doesn't.
Got it.
And I've been getting coached with him for last 2 years, 2.5 years, if not. And I still learn after each and every session. So it's I think we have made decent progress, and it's still a long way to go.
Absolutely. We spoke of ego and all those things. उसमें मुझे पता नहीं इसमें ego involved था कि नहीं, but I want to ask about the boxing match with Adi Agarwal. So, in the most, because एक चीज़ है कि tournaments make you way more famous, right? In terms of glory इतनी ज़्यादा होती है, poker group पे article छपता है. So, Aditya Agarwal is the legend in Indian poker. Now, you had a boxing match with him. Tell us about that. Tell us about your equation with him, and tell us about the whole thing. What was that boxing fight all about?
Aditya is a great friend.
Okay.
Just to start with that. And he is someone I found a lot of inspiration from. He's someone I respect a lot and always will. The way his understanding of the game in itself. We used to stay together in Goa, where he was staying few houses away from us, and we would meet on a regular basis. We both had started working out. So I had started few months ago, and he had recently started getting his body in shape, and he was working out, and he was training for boxing. Okay, he was having like boxing as a routine for his workout, where I was just doing regular gym. And I came up with an idea that let's do a fitness challenge. And he suggested let's do boxing. And I said, okay, let's do boxing. We agreed on a wager, we agreed on a timeline, and then we had a fight. It was a friendly fight. Sure. There was no ego whatsoever. And even when we were training, we were meeting each day in, day out. We knew what was going on with each other.
What are the strategies each one is learning?
Not the strategies, but we were great friends. Then we fought as friends. After the fight, we were great friends. There was no ego, nothing whatsoever here. It was something which we both took a lot away from. It helped Adi in its own ways. It helped me a lot because, it brought discipline in me. It brought some discipline, a lot discipline in Adi. We got to see the competition. We faced a competition. We are fighting someone and training for a fight. It's really, really good. You learn a lot from it. And if I recently was standing with my trainer, and my trainer just suggested to a friend that anything you do in life, you should always train once for a fight. If you don't fight or not, but you should train. Yeah. Because you become very strong, because even like I have boxing as a routine even now for my workout. And even today, like the mental challenges you face even while practicing on pads is immense.
I remember seeing you doing this a while back. I'm doing it also wrong, but yeah, the punches that you were landing there, so fair enough.
It's just,
जो cricketers जो ये करते रहते हैं, I think you do this.
I did not get a chance to work out today, so I was just trying to stretch my arms, I guess. That's it.
Perfect. Wow. And there was a big bet. I know the wager was good, and there were a lot of side bets also on this whole piece. So आप लोग ने इसको पूरा telecast क्यों नहीं किया? वो मजा आ जाता.
यार telecast because ये एक friendly fight था और एक friends के बीच में bet था. Telecast करने का तो कभी plan था ही नहीं. Okay. But क्योंकि काफी लोगों को पता था और उनको interest था देखने में, और हमारे कॉमन फ्रेंड्स थे मेरे और आदि के, तो हमने डिसाइड किया कि ठीक है यार, उनको आगे देखना है, तो लेट्स जस्ट हैव अ स्मॉल इवेंट अराउंड इट. एंड देन वी डिसाइडेड टू हैव इट इन अ banquet of a hotel with people invited from the poker industry who were our common friends. They came, they watched, they had a good time. And I had a good time, of course, because I won. But I definitely believe Adi would have taken a lot, learned lessons from this away as well, because I did as well. Win and loss is secondary, to be very honest. it was just a great experience.
Absolutely. Wow. I couldn't think of doing this. Well, now probably it's a goal for sure.
I'm still looking for an opponent, next opponent. Maybe someone challenges me more again.
Interesting. Interesting, man. It's amazing to hear all this. But now we'll talk about something where I would know a little better than you. So I'm excited about this piece. It's content. It's your journey into content creation. You have stayed away from social media for a while. You're not very active on it. तो कहाँ से डिसीजन आया कि मैं कंटेंट क्रिएशन में घुस रहा हूँ पोकर के?
Yes, I have not been in social media for last 4 years, if I have to remember correctly, or maybe 3 or 4 years. Over last 1 year, I myself started watching content around poker online. I would follow a bunch of professionals. Main inspiration, I would say, came from one of the poker players. Again, I love watching a lot, is Doug Gerrit's Vidi Vini. Okay, so when he started making content, this was around 6 months back. I saw Vidi Vini streaming, and I was like, is he really that Vidi Vini? And I was curious because I didn't know who Vidi Vini was. I only knew him from the Galfond Challenge.
Okay.
And I started watching him, and again, another inspiration from me. And from there, I got curious about it. After that, I always was someone who enjoyed talking about poker, who, whenever asked a question, will just give all the honest opinion I could to anyone I could find or anyone who would ask for it, without any filters. Just telling them exactly whatever they asked my opinion on. And over the last few years, there have been many who reached out to me, and I enjoyed this part a lot. And this occurred to me that why not do it for everyone? Why not just do this for the population? Anyone who wants to play poker, anyone who wants to know anything about poker, any information I can provide to help them learn poker, enjoy poker, whatever they want to get out of poker. Because what poker has given me in life is priceless, and it's what has defined me. It has given me a life I can be proud of. It has given me happiness, which I can enjoy and share with others.
Yeah.
And I want to do this. So I went with this to one of my close friends and told him that this is what I want to do. And then I decided, yes, this is what I want to do. And over the last 3 months, I've been working on putting myself out there. And it has been a short but very, very fun journey, I would start, and I've been enjoying it a lot. There is a lot more coming out, starting from this podcast, and you will see a lot more out there. And I just hope people like it. And if anyone has anything to ask, to suggest, everything is welcome.
I mean, I've been talking to you for like last 2-3 hours, and I've understood that you can talk poker non-stop. So I think it's going to be super fun for sure. And you've been there, done it all, seen it all. So I think वो एक अलग ही angle होगा which you bring in poker content. So it's going to be crazy. What is your plan? Because the idea is it's an industry where, like, you know, I've been making content for a while, and we feel कि बहुत ज़्यादा viewership नहीं है, right, poker में. So did that ever come to your mind कि मैं कैसे करूँगा? मतलब am I doing it for the same audience, or are you like having bigger plans?
To start with, I would say that I haven't done it all. I don't know it all. I have done some. I know a little. I aim to learn a lot and share it with the audience. I aim to do a lot more and share it with the audience. My plan, what you suggested about the views and the audience, yes, these are things which go through my head day in, day out. Will people watch me? Will I be likable? Will they enjoy what I put out there? But it's a challenge which I am up for. The plan is to create a brand around me. It's not to go out looking for sponsorships or be a brand ambassador. That's not the plan at all. The plan is to give out good, clean, honest information about the game I love and create, I would say, and be known as who really I am. Because till today, whenever someone talks about me, whoever knows me, I feel that very few people know the real me, who I am. People talk to me about as a great poker player. People talk to me about as someone who knows a lot about poker, who plays good poker. But that's not the only things about me. Yes, I play good poker, But there's a lot more to that. There's a lot more which I can share with the people. And the goal is to reach out to the people across the world, across the globe, and share the knowledge which I have and which I will learn over the course of time.
Absolutely. Does it come to your mind that I wish I had started some time back? Does that happen?
Yes, it does. It does happen. It happens with a lot of the other things as well. Maybe I started playing poker earlier. Maybe I finished my college. Maybe I did, maybe started creating content 1 year earlier. I definitely believe that's something which always happens. Whenever you embark on a journey and it gives you the desired results, you always feel that you should have done it earlier. This is a journey which I'm beginning, and I don't know what I will see, what I will face, what challenges will be there. Yes, I feel I could have done it 1 year earlier so that I would have known it sooner, what it will all bring.
Yeah.
And maybe I would have grown much bigger. Yes, that's there, but I am at very peace with it.
Okay.
I rather focus on when I have started and doing the best I can now and achieve the desired results.
100%. And does it feel, because you've been a private guy, now coming out in the open, does that put like a thing on you that, okay, when everyone suddenly starts commenting, talks about me, how am I going to react to that? Is that a thought that comes to your mind?
Yes, it does. And it honestly scares me.
It scares you?
Yes. For the last 3 years, I haven't cared at all. If someone talked about me, there was little to talk, or if they talked more, I didn't care at all. Before that, when I was in social media and when I was more public about the things I was doing, I did care a lot. It definitely affected me emotionally as well. In today's date, I am a much older, mentally more strong, and I have a much better understanding of a lot more things than I did, let's say, 6 years ago. So let's see what happens, but I'm definitely scared.
Absolutely. I can imagine that 100%. But how are you going to, if I ask you, what's the kind of content that you're going to bring out? What have you been shooting first? वो तो बताओ, आपने last 3 months में आपने जो बोला कि I've been working on it, क्या shoot किया है?
Yeah, I will keep a bit of it suspense,
Okay.
but I'll give a brief into it. I will be coming up with live stream. When I said we, I meant my team. I will be coming up with live streams dedicated towards streaming high stakes
That's
poker.
what? 500,000? 1,000, 2,000?
That's 1,000, 2,000, 2 lakh rupee buy-in games.
You will be live streaming that?
Yes, I will be live streaming that. And that's one thing will be there. There is a brief storyline about me, who I am, and how I reached here, which will also be put across platforms for people to know that who I am, then giving a brief about what I'm about to do. Some challenges, I have taken up a few challenges which my team brought me up. I wouldn't disclose them, but they're a lot of fun and interesting. It has, I fell in love with the game. I already love so much, and I fell in love with it again and again, and I keep falling in love with it.
Wow.
So, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it.
I can imagine. You sound also very excited when you're talking about it. So 100%. But so is there a particular thing, educational content banana hai, reels banani hai, fun reels? Is there a thing that you've decided, or it's going to be throughout the scope?
I believe targeting everyone is the way to go for me, because I care about giving some content to the professionals. I want to create a lot of content for the recreationals. I want to create a lot of content also for people who just know poker but haven't played, and encourage them to play the beautiful game of poker.
Sure.
That's another thing which I'll be looking for. So my content will be around all of these things taken into mind, and I would definitely want to keep it as entertaining as possible for the audience. It's the biggest challenge I have, because by default, I feel about myself that my personality is not that entertaining. And I'm working on it so that, when I come in front of the camera, in front of the audience, I can entertain them.
I'm waiting to see your video where suddenly I see a different perspective. I'm like, hey, yaar, ye kaun tha? This thing was different. So
I don't want to be different.
Sure.
I want to be my original. I believe at the core of me, I can be entertaining.
Yeah.
I just want to bring it out to the audience. And for that, it will take some time, some effort, some learning.
Yeah.
And I'm up for that. I'm always up for learning.
100%. Absolutely. It gives I think 2-3 streams, and where you start crushing on stream, and then your confidence is going to soar through the roof.
Let's hope so.
Okay. You're used to making, let's say, crores while playing. I just want to. That looks also nicer, and you are used to. Come on. So now tell me this thing: how do you justify the ROI behind content? If you're going to spend money on content, is there a way in which you're justifying your the amount of spends that you're going to be doing on making content?
See, I'm a Marwari. Okay, and I believe, and there are Marwaris who believe in getting return instantly.
Yeah.
I'm a Marwari who believes in getting return over time. So what I might do now might feel like that my ROI doing this is not compared to what I could make while playing poker, but I don't see it that way. If I am able to reach out to the masses and the audiences, I will make up for it in the near future.
Yeah.
If I work hard enough, if I am able to do what I aim to, I will reach to a point where it will all be worth it.
Yeah.
And if it is not, then I would have learned a lot.
Okay, done. That I mean, absolutely. So is it fame, money, impact? Money, of course, I understand, like you said, there's a ROI angle. So money, of course. Besides that, is it fame or is it impact?
It's impact.
It's impact?
Fame, yeah, fame. I mean, I never say no to fame.
Okay.
I'll be honest again. But it's impact. Impact about what I can do for the society, what I can do for the game, which has given me so much. It's just about that.
Sure.
It's about reaching out to people and telling them about poker, the beauty of the game, the bright side of the game, making them aware so that they can come and enjoy it, and also making them cautious about the dark side of the game, which also exists, so that they can avoid it.
Yeah.
Both of it.
But ye karte, do you think somewhere it's going to affect your game, or maybe even hurt your like as a persona, your lifestyle? Is it going to impact all of that? Do you feel the way people look at you and they're like, okay, ye banda kuch aise kar raha hai? Is other people going to look at you in a grey way or something like that? Do you feel like that?
That's to be seen. It's something which what you are saying can happen, and it will be again something to deal with. But currently, I don't see it affecting my game. If anything, this has motivated me to play the best.
Better.
I can play better every day when I'm going to create content about me playing poker or going on stream. I care about playing the best poker I can, because I want to show people, that this is the way you can play and you can learn from it, right? So if anything, it has motivated me to learn more, work harder, and play the best I can. So I see this as not only creating an impact on the audience, but also helping me become a better poker player by each passing day.
I kind of agree to this, because when people are watching, आपका accountability और बढ़ जाती है, and somewhere you try performing better, and I felt that, like when I'm playing cash games, maybe I'm better on stream versus when I'm playing by myself. So maybe.
Yes, but again, the evaluation part will be there. We will be doing constant evaluation on what we are getting. How am I playing? And is it affecting my game? Is it not? Is it helping me? Is it not? How much time is it being taken? I'm glad that I have a great team behind me who is helping me just make things much easier. 100%,
it's going to be good. But tell me this thing. When we talk about mentorship and this thing, with a lot of people coming in watching your content, is there an aim कि आपको कुछ mentor करना है लोगों को? Because you've also coached in the past. You also run a stable, I believe. So what is the angle with this? Is there are there going to be opportunities for coaching, for mentorship or something? And what will that all be?
There is no coaching. I am not someone who wants to offer any coaching related services to anyone. I am offering mentorship, yes. As I said, creating an impact to the society. Anyone who cares about knowing about the game, knowing where they should play, where they should not play, knowing the intricacies of the game, what they should do, what they should not do, to enjoy the poker if that's their purpose, to win at poker if that's their purpose, or just have fun if that's their purpose. I can provide insights into each of these things, and I'm available for this. I plan on expanding this in the future as well, but currently I am coming up with a mentorship program.
And we were talking off the podcast, and you were discussing the mentorship program with me. मुझे उसके बारे में बताओ ना, like how, like you said, you want to consult people on what games to play, what games not to play. Like ये तो बहुत simple ऐसा लगता है, but I want to just understand, which I know is not, but I mean, I want to understand the angle of, imagine you're just consulting me, okay? मैं free consulting ले रहा हूँ यहाँ. तो I'm a 25, 50, 50, 100 player. I play cash games. I play on all the Indian sites. I'll play on Bazi. I'll play on Natural 8 India as well. I'll play on Adda 52. I'll play on all these platforms. What is the way in which you tell someone that what games to play, who not to play with, or what is the thing that you like? Mentorship mein kya hoga? Like, what would it be?
So
If you could just consult me, yeah.
I will consult you. Before that, I start with, like, I broadly categorize poker players into 2 categories.
Okay.
Or let's do it for 3 categories. One are professional poker players, one are recreational poker players, one are recreational aspiring to be professional poker players. So these are the 3 people I'm willing to mentor. You are a professional who is playing 25, 50, 50, 100 and aims to play bigger.
Okay.
And aims to take his career advance, right?
Fair enough. Let's call me a recreational now and playing, but recreational aspiring to be professional, and let's take it in that angle.
All right, you're a recreational aspiring to be professional. So once I mentor you, I would ask you that, okay, you are currently at a state, okay, this is your game. Okay, now as I'm not a coach, I would recommend you initially that, okay, for you to get an evaluation, these are the steps you need to take. Okay, once that evaluation is done, you will know your skill set. Or you can have a discussion about that, this is your skill set. Now, based on your current skill set, there are certain games you should play, certain games you should not play.
Right.
Taking every variable into consideration, which is going to be the environment you play in, the rake you play in, whether it's live, whether it's online, because everything matters, everything differs. This is the first thing which I will tell you. Once you say, okay, now once you play the games where you are based on your current skill set still profitable, I would ask you to now keep working on your game and keep doing constant evaluation as well. Now you will ask me, how do I work on my game? Now there are tips and tricks which I can tell you on my own based on my experience, but I will always recommend you that you should also get someone who can guide you week after week.
Sure.
And evaluate your skill set week after week, or tell you ways to evaluate it yourself. Okay, it's evaluation, then correction, evaluation, correction. And you keep doing it, doing the process. And once you reach to a point where, okay, now I'm at a point where I can beat this game, I can beat this game, and I can also beat this game. Okay, let's move professional, go to the professional level and keep following this.
Got it.
And anytime you feel like, you need more insights, more inputs, you can reach me out.
Absolutely. Interesting. It's going to be very interesting. So, आप जो ये audience को reach करने वाले उनको ये सब भी एक offering wise is something which they probably might be getting.
Yes.
Awesome. There are not many high stakes content creators. There are not many high stakes streamers. And a lot of people have backed out saying कि मेरी game open हो जाएगी where everyone will be able to see my game, and that is counterproductive for me, right? Because if someone is, if you can see their play, you're going to crush them when you know how they play. So is that a thought that comes to your mind when you start streaming?
It did come once.
Only
I'll
once?
be very honest.
Okay.
Yes, once.
Yeah.
And then I thought, that's an information I can also use to play versus them.
Interesting.
That if there is an information which I've given out about my play, and if I see an opponent making an adjustment against my strategy, I can always have a counter strategy to that.
Yeah.
Against makes me a better poker player every day. So I saw this as a challenge, and it made me more, if not a lot more, but more encouraged. It encouraged me more towards this, to do this more, not less. This is what happened, and I'm not lying. I've not made this up. Trust me.
Fair enough. No, yeah.
My team has no idea about this.
Okay, interesting. And any content creators that you like following in terms of like any other content creators that you like following?
I definitely I like Phil Galfon's content a lot. I enjoy Vedi Vinny's streams. His mainly because his knowledge and his insights into the game are again something which just makes me a better poker. It makes me learn. So these two are, and I do follow some Texas Hold'em vloggers as well.
Okay.
I've been watching Mariano a bunch, and I love the way he plays as well. He's so good for the game. He's such great action while having a clear understanding of the game. So the way he explained the hand is great, and it's again very good. And beside this, Brad Owen.
Yeah. OG.
Yes. He is more on the technical side of the game. He doesn't gamble a bit.
He doesn't do the entertainment part.
Yeah, he doesn't do that much entertaining. But again, his knowledge to me is really insightful. So I follow him a lot.
Do you consume a lot of content? Like poker content, आप बहुत ज़्यादा consume करते हो?
Yeah, that's what I do when I'm not playing.
Yeah. How many hours would that be?
On an average, it would be 1.5 hours a day.
Oh wow! So there is a lot of learning that you're getting out of poker content.
Yes.
Perfect. So today's world, where players are getting solver literate and technically very sound, how difficult has poker become?
I don't think poker is difficult.
Oh, okay.
I don't think because of the solvers and the study material and everything out there that poker has become difficult. No, it hasn't. The challenge which has come for a lot of players, at least in India, it hasn't. I had some experience playing back the games which I used to play in 2018 and 19 recently.
Yep.
And I saw that it's still decently soft. There's still a lot of money to be made. Yes, the rake is higher. There are more temptations to say there are tricks used by, not tricks, I would say business strategies. Sorry, again, wrong word. There are business strategies used by different platforms to incite or incentivize players to play more, and which is again not the ideal way. But these are the challenges which are there. The game hasn't become tough. Just the solver being out there, yes, average skill level of a player might have increased, but it hasn't changed so much.
Sure.
I still see most of the players have a weak understanding of the game.
So what do you think is like a good win rate now in cash games? What you would feel, say, at 1,000, 2,000 stakes? What would be a good win rate?
What game would you say?
1K, 2K?
But it's Omaha, no limit.
No limit hold'em.
No limit hold'em, I wouldn't be able to comment, but anything close to 4 or 5 should be pretty good.
Yeah.
Excluding rakeback, I'm assuming. That would be really, really good at hold'em, because see, the hold'em games, of course, will be relatively tougher than any of the Omaha games, which is 5 card or 6 card, because this is a much older game than what 5 card and 6 card are. 6 card is like more like 4 years old. I think I started playing 6 card 3 or 4 years back. So there, of course, the edges are more. People make more mistakes, and the understanding is much lesser because, again, the resources are less, the learnings are less, and it incentivizes more gamble, and you can very easily lose the track of what you should do or what you should not do in a hand, because that's the nature of the game, and that's why it incentivizes a lot more recreationals to come and play these games as well compared to No Limit Hold'em, at least in some situations. But again, No Limit Hold'em being the most popular game across the globe still has a decent player pool with respect to recreationals. And that's the biggest game on offer in India.
Correct, that's true. Okay, perfect. Nitin, that was मेरे level का technical, so I'm happy. But before we end the podcast now, I have a rapid fire. उसके लिए I've prepped some questions which I'm going to ask you. It's got to be rapid, ठीक है?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Would you rather have 2 crores in winnings or 2 lakh followers on Instagram?
2 lakh followers on Instagram.
Biggest poker ego you've seen on the table?
Mine.
Okay, fair enough. Who's the most feared player in Indian poker?
Jagdeep.
And who's pretending to be feared?
Many.
Okay. Private games, clean or shady?
Clean.
One league you still struggle with?
Under bluffing reverse.
Okay. A hand you wish you could replay? That Dubai wala.
There are many. I can't pinpoint one. It's tough.
Depression one player you can't read at all. They always surprise you.
Linus Love. Sorry, I forgot the Linus Lolagar.
Okay. What's more addictive, the money, the competition, or the ego boost?
The money.
Interesting. How much would the richest poker player in India be worth? Real money. Only poker money.
2 million USD.
Okay. Biggest lie you've told at a poker table?
I've never lied.
You've never lied. Okay. The max money you lost in a single session?
1.1 crores.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Nitin. It was actually a lot of fun, and I'm glad. I think this is the longest podcast I've done. So, badhiya maza. I hope you had fun too. Thank you so much, and we'll see the results once your content starts coming out. I'm assuring you that it's going to be crazy, and I'm going to be a viewer on the live streams for sure. So yes, good luck with it, man.
Thanks a lot, Parth. It was a pleasure, and it's I really appreciate the opportunity of coming here and talking to you and sharing my ideas and what I'm about to do with the audience. Thanks a lot again.
Absolutely, 100%. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.